Hey guys, today I'd like to cover a controversial topic. Well, not really controversial, but more of a confusing topic, I guess you'd say. And it has to do with balance points, or AKA weight distribution. Now, depending on where the weight of that cue is, whether it be more forward or more toward the back or your grip hand, will determine how that cue plays for you overall as a whole. Now, this will not be an extremely long video, but it will be very informative. And I think that you'll pick up a few tips and probably a few things that you didn't really consider or didn't take into consideration or didn't know. Now, a forward weighted pull cue, we'll cover that first. We're going to divide it in half. We're going to do forward weighted versus rear weighted and the advantages of each one. A forward weighted pull cue, also known as a front weighted or forward balanced cue, affects play in several different ways. Number one, it has enhanced control. The added weight near the front can give players better control over the cue ball. It can help stabilize the cue during shots. Number two, it has a smoother stroke. Players may experience a smoother stroke as the forward weight can assist in maintaining a steady follow through. Three, it has improved accuracy. And again, we're talking about forward weighted cues. It has improved accuracy. The additional front weight can help with accuracy because it can make it easier to deliver a straight and consistent shot. And the reason that I say that is because if that weight was farther back toward your grip hand, then with the weight of it being close to your grip hand, you can move it around a lot easier. You can change that fulcrum point. With it being way up here in the front, you're less apt to change that fulcrum. So it's going to go on a smoother, straighter path. And it's going to be more consistent overall. Number four, spin and English. Some players find that a forward weighted cue helps in applying spin or English to the cue ball, because the weight distribution can enhance the player's feel and touch. And that is a very important part of things like draw and punching the ball and things like that. Now, you can't teach touch, but I can guide you in the right direction to how you can learn it on your own. But having a forward weighted cue can assist in providing more feedback, I guess you could say, for lack of better terms. It can provide more feedback, which in turn is going to give you more information from your hand, from the cue to your hand, to your arm, to your brain. And ultimately, that's what's going to determine your touch. Now, number five, force and power. And again, we're talking about forward weighted cues or forward balanced cues. A forward weighted cue can help generate more power in shots. A lot of people don't know this, but balance point does play a part in how much power you can generate. So a forward weighted cue can help generate more power in shots, particularly in break shots, due to the momentum created by additional weight at the front. Now, overall, the effect of a forward weighted cue can vary based on the player's style and preferences. Some players may prefer the feel and control it provides, while others might find it takes some adjustment to get used to the difference in balance. But the bottom line of it is the forward balance cue does definitively provide the things that I previously mentioned. Now, let's talk a little bit about the rear weighted cue. Okay. A rear weighted pull cue, also known as a butt heavy or rear balance cue, affects play in several distinct ways. Number one being increased maneuverability. The balance point being closer to the grip hand can make the cue feel a lot lighter, even though it's really not. It can make it feel lighter at the front, making it easier to maneuver and control for delicate precision shots, pocket speed play. It can also provide an enhanced feel. Players might experience, and this is with a rear weighted or rear balance point cue. And when I say rear, I don't mean behind your grip hand. None of this is ever going to be in the behind your grip hand. It's still in front. It's just closer to your grip hand. So players may experience a better tactical feel for the cue ball, allowing for more control and precision, especially in your finesse shots. So that can come in pretty handy, depending on your gameplay style. Now, you also have the benefit of cue ball spin with the rear weighted or rear balance point cue. A rear weighted cues can facilitate applying spin or English to the cue ball, as the weight distribution can enhance the player's ability to impart subtle movements and adjustments. Okay, and what I mean by that, oh, it's an easy way to explain it. Let's see. Uh, an easy way to explain that, or an easier way to explain that, would be the fact that the weight is closer to your grip hand. It can enhance the ability to create or make subtle movements and adjustments, uh, because you have more feedback in that area. The weight is closer to your hand. It makes it feel more like one. Okay, it makes it feel like you're not really holding something per se, and you're not trying to control something. It makes it feel more like you're just trying to move your hand, and that's what the putting the weight farther back towards your hand. I hope that made sense. And another thing that it can help with is your speed and your quickness. Okay, in earlier videos, I talked about, especially the break video, I talked about twitch muscles. Well, that would be your quickness, and then your overall speed would be how fast you can get it up to optimal speed. The lighter front end can allow for a quicker and more agile movements, which can be beneficial in games requiring rapid shot execution. Now, when it comes to break shots, a rear weighted cue can aid in that as well. While a rear weighted cue might not generate as much raw power as a forward weighted cue, some players still prefer it for breaking shots due to the increased control and ability to generate spin. Remember, the closer the weight is to your hand, the more spin or English you can put on the ball overall. And number 6 is comfort. Some players, again, everybody's different, but some players, the rear weight can lead to a more comfortable grip and stroke, reducing fatigue over long periods of play. That can be very beneficial, especially on your 2, 3, 5 day tournaments. Over time, that can wear you down. Putting the weight closer to your grip hand takes a lot of the load off of it. It's less stress on your muscles. But with that being said, as with any cue weight distribution, the impact varies based on individual player preferences and styles. Some players may prefer the enhanced maneuverability and control of a rear weighted cue, while others might find it less stable for critical shots. So while both has its own benefits and very definitive ones, you kind of have to step back, look at your game, and decide which one will help you more, a forward weighted or rear weighted cue. And again, when I say weighted, forward weighted, forward balance point is the same thing. Rear weighted, rear balance point, same thing. But the important note is that when I say rear weighted or rear balanced, I don't mean that it's behind your grip hand. In other words, if I've got my if I got my cue here and I got the butt here, like the butt sleeve area, and then the rest of the cue is going this way, I don't mean all the weight to back here. The balance point is still in front of this grip hand. Okay, we're just changing the location of that balance point. And people don't really realize it, but that balance point really does change the way the cue hits, feels, and plays to you. Me, the way I shoot or the way I play, my balance point is a lot farther forward than typical. I give that same cue to you, it may not be what you need. You may need something that is a little more rear weighted, or the balance point is farther back. Either way, at the end of the day, ultimately, you have to decipher which one, based on the information that I just provided, is going to serve you better. Now, the point of the video is to simply provide that information so you have something on your plate to make a decision with. Because if you don't know why things are the way they are, how are you going to ever determine what type of cue that you need? Not necessarily what type of cue, but how you need the cue to be. I hope that was informative. I do intend on doing quite a few more videos like this. If you like them and would like to continue seeing this type of video from me, or me and Ed, write it in the comments and let me know. I appreciate your time. I hope you found it informative. I hope it was educational, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.